Hello everyone, welcome to next section of our video. This is a continuation of the first section. So in this section we will basically see how we can declare, instantiate, initialize and traverse an array. So for that I'll go to the same Android Studio code and we'll just go on writing that. So this is my studio. As you can see, this is the simple way we have done how we can print or initialize instantiate the arrays in the same line. Now we will do it how we can do it different lines and some advanced level. So for that, first what I'll do, I'll just delete these statements. Maybe it will become little easy for you to understand it better. Maybe I'll just delete it, and here I'll just take a new data type which is int. Here I'll declare maybe a series of even numbers. So what I want to do, I want to print a series of even numbers, the same we have done to print a series of odd numbers, but here we will do it in a different way. So print even number, and then since it's an array, we'll put a square brackets, and you can see over here how I am doing. New int, and here we will declare the length. I'll just explain you what I have done. So here our data type is int, even number variable has been declared, and here in the first line itself we have declared the length of the array. So the length of the array will be, there will be 4 elements basically in the array, and so here the concept of indexing comes. So first element will begin from 0 because the index begins from 0, and then it will go to 0 1 2 3. So there will be basically 4 elements in this array, and we have to declare all these elements. So let's go and start declaring it. So since this is our variable, so again even number, so you can see, so even number in the 0 index we will have maybe number 20. In the next even number, in the next allocated memory we will have, so it will be 1. The next, because we are doing a indexing, so we are printing it as it is, maybe 40. And again next even number, the third will be it's 60, and then fourth we will take it as a maybe 80. And this is how we are doing. So you can see over here, since I have declared the length of the array as 4 in the first line itself, so I can just declare the 4 elements and it will print 4 elements for me. So the indexing begins from 0, as we have already seen. The indexing in the array begins from 0, and then 0 1 2 3. So there are basically 4 elements. Now how I can print these 4 elements? So printing in an array will be like, for this we'll write for. Now first we have to declare for int, so I, that is the indexing, equals to 0. It will start from 0, and then the length of I should be less than your array length. So even number is your dot. We use the property, as you can see over here, length property, and then you can give, it will increment by 1. So this is how we will declare, and then in the next line I'll just print this statement. So it will be again south, and then inside this brackets what we have to write, again the name of the variable. So the name was even number, but here it will be different since we are taking it in the index form, in the different form. So I have to give over here index, that is I. So this is how you will do it in this. Now we'll just try to execute this code and see what the result is. So here we can see the same system out println even num we have named the variable, and then what we have to do, we'll put a square bracket, and here inside the square bracket we have to define the index, that is I, and it will print all the values for me. So this is how it's done. Let's go and execute this code and see what's the result is. So here you can see it has printed this complete array of elements 20, 40, 60, 80. So this is how you can do defining, declaring and instantiating and initializing an array in the same using a single dimensional Java array. And here you can change the values and see how it prints. Maybe I'll just define one more and see if it gives me an error or not. Since we have defined the length as 4, so I'll just define a fifth element, 4 equals to 100, and let's see what's my result is. So you can see this is an exception in the main thread. This is Java array index out of exception bound. So this generally comes because it doesn't matches with the length what you have defined. So here if I define the length as 5, so it will remove the error. So this out of bound exception will go. So just let's see, since here I have increased the index number of the length of the array, and let's execute the code again. So here it has already printed the list of elements for me. So this is how it can be executed and how you can define the length of array. It will be very useful when we will be developing our Android apps, because we will be doing this frequently. So you need to understand this concept in deep and use that during our Android app development. So thank you, and let's begin the next section.